Here's a little video of what it takes to bend this into the side of the guitar. This is Cocobolo. It's from Mexico, or kind of Central America, I suppose. It has a very strange smell. It's very pretty. This is the jig that fits the sides. That is the shape that I want to this guitar to be. There's the other half of it I already did. So if you want to see how it is, what happens when you bend wood. And they sell machines that do it, you know, like, and they won't break, supposedly. And I kind of wanted to buy one at first because I broke a lot trying, but I watched this young hippie guy, and he was explaining it. And one of the things he said that stuck to me was, he said that it was kind of his favorite part of the job. So he didn't want a machine to take it over. And I kind of feel that way too now. I did then too, I guess, but I really do now, because I learned how to do it. So a lot of woods, like on boats, they bent in steam machines. But this is different than that. And some of the woods don't like the water. It makes them expand and blow up and stuff. So too much water sometimes is not good. And too much heat can burn it. But if you do it just the right amount and you kind of disperse it evenly, and you watch it, you'll see it start to evaporate. You probably, maybe you can see it, I don't know, but see the blotch. Water-wise, it'll start to, there it goes, it's starting to evaporate off this iron here. And the iron, I don't know what the temp is, but it's hot enough to burn your hand. And a lot of guys use gloves and stuff, but I don't know. It doesn't feel right to me. I like to be able to feel it, and I can watch it and see it. So you kind of spread it along like that, and it's kind of like a cone shape, or like a giant guitar pick, actually, now that I'm looking at it. And so this flatter side lays the heat out a little bit on a wider inch, probably 2.5, 3 inches or something. So you spread it like this, and I can feel it start to let go, and it starts to comply to what I want it to do. But see how there's still water in here? I'm going to drag it across a little bit. And I have some marks up here, like one here, and there's the center. And that's going to be the center of that little bend right there. And that bend is really the tightest one, you know, compared to these other ones. So that's the one that's most important to me. It's the hardest one, and if you break it there, then you're fucked. Put it nice and blunt, because there's 4 pieces that I get when I get this stuff, or when I make it. This stuff I made, I bought it from a big chunk that was probably like 5 feet long by maybe 3 inches thick or something, and I forget how wide it was, but wide enough to do a guitar. So you need about 8 inches, you know, or so, less usually, but 8 will get you past it. So it's already, you can see it start bending, right? Starting to let go. But you don't want it all in one spot. You want to disperse it a little bit. So I got to get it, I want it from my mark to my mark evenly. So one of the things the guy said, you know, like when they had the machine, and he goes, well, by the time they set that damn machine up and they run it through its whole course, he goes, a lot of times I'm already done. I already bent it. So it's not really saving any money as long as you don't break it. But a set of sides like this of Cocobolo are probably about anywhere from $300 to $500, $600, or maybe more sometimes if it's really, really super nice. But they're matches, you know? It's the same wood. And I made these guys, so the sides, they're mirror images of each other. They're book matched. And the back is book matched too. like probably 20 inches or so by, I think those are about 7.5, maybe 8. It's probably 8. It's like 16 is wider than most of the guitars are, and this one is a little bit narrower because it's a classical. So anyway, you can see it's already letting go. And then if I bring it around this side over here, it's a tighter radius, right? But see that black crap on there, the oil? That's because this wood is really, really oily. And a lot of people have a lot of allergic reactions to it and stuff, and I don't think I do, but maybe I do, I'm not sure. I did have some skin rashes one time near when I was working with this stuff, but I'm not sure if this really what did it. I think it had a little to do with my old landlord and stress in my living situation, and my mind being afraid of trouble and people and this and that, and worrying about like stupid things, They seemed serious and stuff, but now that I look back, they were kind of dumb. Wasn't worth getting sick over, right? So anyway, I'm glad I'm not there anymore. So you can see I already went that far, and I put it up to my piece here, and I know it needs to go more. I already know it because I've done this enough times that I can see that it needs a bigger, tighter radius. So now I'm on the tight bend side, and this bend is not really, probably a little tighter than it needs to be. So tighter than that one on the jig, or what the guitar is going to be. So I keep going like this with it, and kind of dispersing it a little bit, and there's the center of it. That's where I want most of it. And then it goes out about 1.5 inches or a little bit more, and then it has to start to go the other way. So I need to just get this to fit right now, and it's getting close. And I have some, little methods of clamping it, and sometimes I'll even heat the jig up because it goes to the other side of it, it matches it. And that heat on there starts to come on the other side of this, like back here. So it kind of helps it relax and let it go. So it's just, be patient, but this, how long have I been doing it already? A few minutes? And I got some of it. I got most of it, a lot of it. I'm probably 3/4 of the way there. I don't know if you guys if it's even interesting to you or not, but it is to me. It is to this guitar. It is to Fareed Hawk if I make this guitar for him. That guy's good. You should check him out on YouTube. He's a fantastic player, all styles, and he's kind of the reason not the reason, but he's a lot of impact for me to do this because he loves this guitar, this style. This is a copy of, it's called the Foletta, was the guy's name, from Barcelona. He's dead now, but his son did it. Here's a set of plans that I kind of follow to show you the style of what I'm going to do. Probably can't see it much, but there it is. So, anyway, I'm going to keep going. This thing's hot. It has a really crazy smell right at the moment. It's a little bit like pepper, and you can see it starting to darken the wood, and it's bringing the oil out. And it's kind of hot enough, and it's steamy right now. But you kind of want to make sure that you do it evenly like that. It's hot enough to make the water bubble. So there you go. You'll see it start to evaporate again. But I need to get a little bit further. And obviously, if I just pulled on it, I would break it. And then like I said earlier, I would be in trouble. But this, there, it's kind of like that right there. There's the radius starting to let go, and I want to drag it out the side a little bit and tighten it up. This thing's clamped to here, but it's moving. It's not working right. I need to push on it a little bit. So there it is. You know, when I started bending this cocobolo wood, I had this iron completely clean, like the sides. I sanded all that scuzz off of there, and I did one side, and it made it that black. And you know, I mean, there's two sides. The other side, this side's not as dirty, but I don't know why I tend to use this mostly the one side right there. And kind of over it, and I can see it, and that's where the light is, and I can kind of watch what it's doing better. The other side a little more shadowy. So I like putting it like that, and then I kind of just keep moving it around right in the center of where the most of the impact is. And then I push it. And I push it again. And it's kind of starting to go. And then I know that this is the front of it, like this. Like that. I hope I did. Yeah, I did. Like that. And you see it's almost there. I don't know if you can tell, but it's close. There's about maybe a quarter of an inch more. But if this was hot, like that, and then I keep going on it, I have a pretty good idea of what I'm going to do with engineering of my own. And I always thought if it was, I'm only heating up one side, but if I heated up both sides, boom, another iron here that was the opposite shape, it would just heat it up faster and keep it straighter or not flatter and make it a little bit more pliable. It's going. This wood cooperates though. The last set I did on the other one was really, really difficult. It did not go this fast or this easy. And in fact, it kind of had little creases in it where it did it because it didn't break, it didn't bend evenly. Yeah, I didn't throw it away, but it wasn't as perfect as I would have liked it. Like this is coming out really good. So, you know, keep it bending, keep bending, keep bending, and you kind of get it where you want it, and if you let it cool off like that, it wants to stay there longer. Still needs to go more, but anyway, that's part of it. That's my game for now on this one. Coco Bolo. Anyway, you guys have a good one, and I hope you enjoyed that. Bye.